I got a one girl, and on the very first day, I said to her, because I'm not a textrovert guy, I don't
Mm-hmm.
find everything, to express with the texting and all these terms. Still, she just kept texting to me all the time. She is from different country. She is so kind and she's really good. But because if I would have had those things, then it's very much probably, I would start feeling depressed, devastated, and I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Nikki. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hello, Nikki, ma'am.
Mhm.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, it's going nice. I mean, as usual, nothing great, but it's okay.
Okay, okay.
I have some questions. I need to know about those things. What how do you consider this long distance relationship? I mean, does it really work out, or is it healthy or not? What do you make of
Um, so long distance relationships.
exactly?
In my experience, they don't really work. I think it depends on the individual situation. So I know some people that if they've been, they're
Hmm.
separated for a few months because one of them has to go and work or something similar, then that seems to be okay. But I think in general, they don't really work that well. What's your opinion on long distance relationships?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, definitely, I do not believe in this long distance relationship
Hmm.
because relationship is defined always with the love and emotions that you express. Having the
Hmm.
face to face interactions. You know,
Hmm.
it is something. Why do you need the relation? Just because to have the bondship and show. Because no man or no women are perfect. Hence, we need someone to express our pain. To reduce our pain and
Hmm.
to get along with that person to express trivial things all the time.
Hmm.
Exactly. And I believe when it comes to texting, when it comes to voice calls, I mean, it's not the relationship. It is something okay. You can call it as a friend, but when it comes to relationship, it is. I mean, it's beyond that thing.
Hmm.
Exactly. So it never works out, but you are gonna be having a lot of problems as well.
Hmm.
I say that firstly, if just take a case, if you have any problem in your life, you cannot exactly you cannot express with that level of feelings which you can express with someone who is in front of you.
Hmm.
Because the person can give you the advice, nothing else more than that. Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think we've seen as well just in the last year that relationships are not the same when they're conducted solely from technology. We are a social species. We need face-to-face contact. We need to
Exactly.
be able to spend time with people. Hmm.
Amazing, definitely. So other question, of course I understand that we're going to be having a lot of struggles and problems with this long distance relationship. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So how can we make it work, or what sort of activities that we can that we can do to just make it the most of that relationship?
Hmm. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's online conversations and things like that.
Uh,
Like WhatsApp and Facebook and those sort of things, but it's not really the same. Um, and for me anyway, because obviously I work online, I'm not really that interested in speaking to people on camera. When I finish my shift teaching, I don't want to log off and
uh-huh.
then just log on to a different platform to talk. I want to see people face to face. So
Exactly.
do you have any tricks that you use to keep long distance relationships working?
Uh, Nothing like that actually. I do, as I said, whenever if I'm getting text from any girl, who is from different country or from different one, I mean different place, I do not, keep the. I mean, I do not get along with that person. I used to, always keep myself away from, texting and all these things because I know at the end, if I might get have, if I might have the feelings, if I might get the feelings, the things would get exaggerated. I know
Mm-hmm.
this one. It's very easy these days, specifically because of this pandemic. Everything has been drastically changed. Specifically, these technologies or digitalization.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very likely that, we are more likely to fall in love, with people who have been, if we encounter in different kind of platforms like Facebook, Instagram, all across the world, yes or
Mm-hmm.
no? And what happens after some time, when over the days past, when you talk with that person, you start having the feelings for that person.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens wrong is that, somehow your mind get stuck with that person for all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
proceed your own work stuff that you are doing, that you are perceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Something that, that affects your emotions, that you affects your everything, and you become crazy at that time, because we are in the juvenile phase. Of course we understand everything, but there is kind of excitation inside us.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot just I mean, it's something that comes, that arises, and we cannot fight all the time. Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
somehow we need someone to help us, to make us stronger, to have that bondship. And that's the reason long distance relationship, you cannot have that level of uh, that level of love or things.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I believe, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I think as well. I think maybe because I'm kind of older, that I don't think I could ever fall for someone that I just knew online. I would have to know them as a person, for a person that's in front of me that I've seen in real life,
Yeah.
um, for me to have a relationship with somebody. Because that's kind of how it was when I was growing up. I was 25 before sort of internet dating and things like that happened, and so I can't really imagine falling for someone only knowing them as a picture on a screen. It would be the same as falling for a movie star or a singer. They're not a real person to me, if that
but
makes
but
sense.
what can we say right now, as of now, because we see that, all the young generation people
Hmm.
adopted this digitalization, and they believe uh, each other in a very span of time.
Hmm.
It to 2 days, it's just, it's a kind of very piece of cake to just find a partner and start talking with them and start falling for that person.
Hmm.
Exactly. So what you want to say, is it good or not, miss? Is it good to start the long distance relationship right now in this current situation of this pandemic?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine starting a long distance relationship. Whenever I've had a long distance relationship, we've been together and one of us has had to move away for some reason. Um, and so I can't imagine starting one. For me, that would be very strange.
Uh-huh. Of course, me too, actually, same
Hmm.
happens. I mean, it applies with a lot of people, actually. Because what I found is that in the long distance relationship, more than often not, what happen is that one of the partner is always, feel kind of insecure to express all the things.
Hmm.
I got it. Definitely, I understand. I mean, it's the person never shares all the things. And what happened is that the other person is start thinking that he or
Hmm.
she is cheating on me. Yes.
Hmm.
And again, the things get worsened, because here you cannot express all the things.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And beyond this, there are a lot of things, because people comes in the relationship for the sexual activities as well, you know
Hmm.
and they don't get
Yeah.
these things, and hence they get out of this long distance relationship, they split up.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
happens, actually. And exactly, and there are a lot of things, actually. There are a lot of complications. It's not about only one. When you want to celebrate your birthday, if she is having a birthday, or if I'm having my birthday, or is there any festival, you cannot meet that person, you cannot enjoy the person or share your time with that person.
Hmm.
These really really affect anyone a lot, actually.
Hmm. Yeah. So you kind of miss those important moments.
Exactly, definitely.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so I don't believe, it's a good to start the long distance relationship. I mean,
Hmm.
but don't get into this, because it's very complicated. Relationships are not that much easy as we
Hmm.
anticipate. Exactly.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I
I mean,
agree. I agree. And
you,
so,
I mean,
have you been in many long distance relationships then?
okay. To be honest, what happened is that, never actually, because I always kept myself away from these relationships in
Hmm.
this period of time, because I've been chasing my goals and dreams. But what happened is specifically, like, since 1 month, I have like I got a I mean, I got a one girl, and she has just kept texting to me all the time. I
Hmm.
said first day, on the very first day, I said to her, I warned her that I'm not, because I'm not a textrovert guy, I don't
Mhm.
find everything, to express with the texting and all these terms. Rather, I'm the person who used to, you used to go in front of the person and talk. I find more comfortable rather than, being talking with this voice call and all this stuff.
Mhm.
So I just told her, but still, she just kept texting to me all the time. So still, I have been ignoring, but somehow there is a limit. I still have to, respond to her, and then somehow, the things are something like that. I mean, I have been getting the feelings, and I just don't want to start these things because she is from different country. But
Mhm.
she's so kind. She's so kind, and she's, I mean, she's really good. But just because
Mhm.
it's my life, I don't want to get into it because I know one thing. What
Mhm.
the way you have been working hard on your on stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
Exactly.
I imagine for you as well, because you're kind of in your last year of your studies, you've got a lot to focus on that as well.
Yeah.
You
Actually,
mean?
I've been doing a lot of stuff actually. As a part time, I've been teaching as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there are a lot of other things. But
Yeah.
that's why I said, if I get into these things, I start having this stress, or the hectic things in my life, and I don't.
Mhm.
If because if I would have had those things, then it's very much probably, I would start feeling depressed, devastated, you know,
Mhm.
with feelings and emotions, and I feel low about the things, and I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable.
Have
You're
you
young, you've got a lot to look forward to. Hmm.
ever had these, I mean, kind of experience? I mean, long distance relations. Somehow,
Um, I've had a couple of
Mhm.
experiences, but it's never been for longer than 3 months. So it's always been when one of us has had to move away for work or for studies. Um, and I think if it was any longer than that, I can't imagine that it would work for me.
I
Obviously,
can understand.
it's
Mhm.
different for every person and for every couple, but for me personally,
Mhm.
mhm,
Of
yeah,
course, of course. Even it has been long for 3 months. I appreciate that because it
hmm,
never goes to that, to that time actually.
yeah,
When it
yeah,
comes to long distance relationship in this time, in this era
hmm,
specifically. All
hmm.
right, I appreciate
Okay,
that, sharing your times. Really
it's been
nice.
interesting to talk to you.
I love
Mm.
the way you express yourself.